I'm perplexed. Yosef has an opportunity to be freed from his misery, yet he can't withhold his chutzpah. He cannot withhold from insulting Pharaoh. Pharaoh is the most powerful human being on the face of the earth. Now, what am I talking about? Let's discuss it soon. But first, thanking Hashem for all his miracles. Mizmor Soida, chapter 100. Mizmor Soida Emunah Soy. You know, get time to empty the pushka, it's getting full. And back to my question. What's the story? Yosef, sold into slavery, ends up in Egypt. The wife of the minister accuses him of a heinous crime that he didn't do. Rots in prison for 10 years, or spends 10 years in prison, becomes the whole macher, the president of the prison. The butler, the baker of Pharaoh, both in prison. They have a dream. Yosef interprets the dream for them to their satisfaction. One of them at least, the other one ended up not so great. 2 years later, after the butler is reinstated as the king's butler, Pharaoh is dreaming a perplexing dream where he sees 7 fat cows and 7 meager cows, and the 7 meager cows are swallowing the 7 fat cows. Same thing he sees also with healthy, 7 healthy and good ears of grain are being swallowed by 7 meager ones, sickly, yet can't see the effect. He's perplexed by it. Nobody can satisfactory to him explain it. That's when the butler reminds himself, I met in prison a Jew, a slave, a reject, a refugee, a nobody. But he's capable of interpreting dreams. Pharaoh calls on him. And he tells him, I'm told that you are a man of great wisdom and you are capable of interpreting dreams. Before the conversation continues, Yosef immediately responds, Bilodoi Elokim Yane Eshloim Paroi. It's not me. God will answer Pharaoh. God. Pharaoh tells him, I hear that you have a gift of an intuition, an intelligence that you are capable of interpreting. And Yosef says, no, it's not about me, it's God. In other words, I know that you consider yourself an idol, but really, that's not true. It's not our wisdom, it's God's influence. It's God telling me, if yes, I will be able to help you. Okay? Pharaoh swallows that bitter pill and then continues the conversation. And after Yosef interprets him about 7 blessed years and 7 years of famine, it talks, it resonates with Pharaoh, he accepts it, and then Yosef doesn't wait for asking for advice. He gives him advice. Now, what a chutzpah. I didn't ask you for advice what to do. I just asked you to interpret. But Yosef continues. He tells him exactly what he needs to do towards this prophetic vision. Pharaoh likes it. And then Pharaoh turns to his servants. Is there such a person that has godly inspiration? That is God's spirit? Starting to doubt. Maybe there is such a concept of godly inspired individuals who are not idols themselves. After God inspired you with all these knowledge, there There's nobody smarter than you. Here's an interesting conversation. Pharaoh grapples with this fact. Joseph is telling me a message. Start believing in God. The message that Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov have been spreading around the world, the belief in one God and the rejection of idols. So from one side, Pharaoh is in a dilemma. He says, there is obviously some truth. But he goes back, no, maybe you've been inspired, but ultimately it's your intelligence. It's you. Kamoicha. There's nobody smarter than you. Yosef knows that he has a mission. His mission is to bring the awareness of godliness even in Egypt. And therefore, he is not afraid, even while standing in front of Pharaoh, and he says the truth. What a message for us.